Hey guys, it's me. It's Exodus chapter 14, verses 19 to 31. The same cloud that had led them out of Egypt now formed a barrier between them and the pursuing Egyptians. But the Israelites were terrified. When they looked back, they saw that the dust cloud of Pharaoh's army was rising in the distance. Hey guys, welcome to the series where we make the stories of the Bible come to life. So, King Pharaoh had finally decided to go after the Israelites, and his chariots were thundering toward them. Moses, though, wasn't worried. He knew that God would help his people. What God was about to do would be a miracle for all time. First, let's take a look at the setup. Dark clouds gathered overhead, and the wind whipped back and forth, growing more intense by the second. In the distance, the dust cloud of Pharaoh's army was rising, getting bigger and bigger as it came closer. The Israelites were scared and looked back at the advancing Egyptians. They didn't know what to do. The vast Red Sea stretched out before them, and there was no way they could cross it. They were trapped. And so, Moses called upon God for help. He knew that only God could save them now. With the staff held high, Moses cried out to the Lord. A whispering wind suddenly stopped, and a low rumble echoed across the waves. Then lightning flashed, and everyone looked up as if hearing his prayer. Suddenly the Red Sea began to shake. The water rose up in a giant wave, then another and another, until it formed two towering walls, just like the walls of a city. The Israelites stared in amazement as the sea split apart and dry ground appeared beneath the waves. Moses led his people forward. They stepped onto the newly formed land and walked right through the middle of the sea. Meanwhile, Pharaoh's army charged into the path the sea had made. They shouted and screamed as their chariots raced forward, kicking up the dust, but their wild ride didn't last long. Suddenly, the walls of water collapsed, shaking the very ground they were on. One moment they were charging ahead, and the next, they were being pulled under by the raging sea. Wave after wave crashed over the chariots, and the soldiers' cries were muffled by the roaring water. When it was over, the Israelites on the shore looked out at the Red Sea. They saw the churning water. But they didn't see a single Egyptian soldier. Not one had survived. All were lost in the watery depths. The Israelites cheered and shouted to the Lord, their voices echoing across the sea. To them, the God who had led them out of Egypt was the same, God who had made a path for them through the Red Sea, and no one would ever be able to take that away from them. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Be sure to tune in next time for more adventures in the series. See you soon.